express that and explore that is because of how dangerous and how like harmful homophobia is within male communities, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you go out and kiss a guy, you might get fucking jumped, right? Like if you kiss a guy on the street. Now, this isn't to say it's
Yeah, because I know it gave you. I tell people when you go to these conventions, it gives you confirmation of how far you have grown in your career.
Yes.
And also, I'm pretty sure you had a bunch of the top talent that you haven't shot with say, "We seen your video."
Yes. I've had people who come up to
can make money off of it.
But see, the thing about it is, okay, let's just keep it 100. The girls nowadays don't give a fuck about the money; they want to go rock.
Well,
people
I mean,
want
people
it.
want to go.
So it's kind of like a lot of the girls that don't show their face with the feet, it ain't because they make more money with the feet. Back to where you're not doing the content how you're shooting content, but you're not shooting with everybody that got their mama. Now it done kind of, the circle done closed up a little bit to make yourself. Hello, I don't know what the fuck happened. What? Yeah, this is gonna be a crazy one. What's going on, smokers? Time to smoke this over. It's Thursday. Welcome to the Smokers Lounge. You know I am Kevin Officer Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. These episodes, are sponsored by 3 wonderful sponsors, and I'm talking about none other than PassDat Apparel. SmokeKind.com. Please use the referral link in the description, as well as Sara CBD.com, her self-care CBD product line. Use the promo code BOBBIE, capital letters BOBBIE, to get 10% off of your order from SarahJ'sCBD.com. What's going on? What's popping? How y'all doing? Yeah, my show started off kind of crazy. I was playing the intro, then the intro stopped because I was checking something on another page, and it just stopped playing. And I didn't know what the hell was going on, so I rebooted. And lucky for me with StreamYard, it don't stop recording, even though you rebooted, the page. So sorry for the little bit of, seconds after the, yeah. So what's going on, people? Well, interesting week, to say the least. For myself, money into the new job. Wish to get more hours, and for some apparent reason, it's funny because I heard the term that if you have a job, you're able to find a job. That's bullshit. Because see, this is what I learned about trying to find another part-time job to go with a part-time. These part-time motherfuckers want everybody to work their part-time on the weekend. I kind of noticed that. So full-time, you get to be during the week for the most part, with maybe a weekend here or a weekend day there. No. Not part-time. Part-time, they want your ass the weekend. That's it. I'm like, damn, I'm used to working Monday. Well, I damn near used to working fucking 5 to 6 days a week. And I go from that to 4 days every 2 weeks. It's fucking crazy as shit. And so much stressful. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, people talk about money. The key is making it. This is what people don't think about. The key is making money to where you're able to take care of things in a bulk situation. The problem with the way I generate money is that my money hits throughout the month. It don't hit it once to where I can just accumulate it and boom. You get what I'm saying? So, and like I told people, the main reason why I have a 9 to 5 is so I don't have to sit here and go through trying to have people go through bank accounts and shit like that. I don't make enough money to where I don't need one. You know, it's kind of weird having these many days off. That's why I've been able to record more, because it was crazy. I don't know if God with the big G said, okay, I'm going to give you time to do your little podcast shit. But it's a reason why I want the second job, guys, so I could make more money, because I'm about keeping money flowing. I'm used to having one hustle. If I was a millionaire, if I won the lotto tomorrow, I'd probably still work a 9 to 5. And still do podcasting. Because shit can happen in the blink of an eye and you lose everything. Shit can happen to where you the richest motherfucker, and then all of a sudden, because some investments here, and this here, and that here, you completely broke. Think about the criminals. They went from, look at BMF, how much money that motherfucker had, and then all of a sudden, accounts froze. Mob bosses. During the pandemic, how many motherfuckers that was millionaires end up becoming hundredaires? So I tell people, life, relationships, life, what have you, it's all about adjusting to what the hell going on. So, enough about my ass. Let's get to it. What I'm talking about today. Well, we begin with Michael Rappaport, because a lot of people been giving him heat. As everyone knows, Hulk Hogan, and I talked about it on Pro Wrestling Smoke. I'm going to say this, and y'all can say whatever the fuck you want, but as a pro wrestler, I'm a fan of his. As the man turned Belair, I'm a fan of Hulk Hogan. I'm not a fan of Terry Bollea. So let me explain what I mean by that. I grew up watching Hulk Hogan. I love that dude. Him, Dusty, and all that. I talked about this on Pro Wrestling Smoke. And you can't deny the fact of what he did for pro wrestling. No different than you can deny the fact that he was a piece of shit. And I can understand both sides. I never agree with Nick. I don't believe in dancing on your enemy's grave with their death. I didn't care for Cameron Samuel so much, but I didn't sit here and threw a party because he died. I don't wish death on no man, whether they are evil or what have you. I mean, that's a judgment that, you know what I'm saying, God makes. I guess God called him home or what have you. But the thing about it is, Hogan, I don't want to hear, okay, let's put it this way. I don't want to hear, well, everyone got some fucked up shit they done done and this. No, it ain't that. I'm tired of hearing that lame ass cliche excuse. Some people, honestly, are just fucked up as human beings. The reason why Hulk Hogan was able to be as popular he was because there was no social media. See, the difference is social media became a thing. Trust me, a lot of them guys back in the day, y'all would have canceled. That's why when I heard y'all was so shocked that Hogan said, nigger. You know how many times I used to hear that was something he used to say before Y'all heard he was saying it. Tony Atlas been saying that. Tony Atlas talked about that. Bad News Brown was on a motherfucking talk show and talked about Hogan used to say the N-word. Some of these motherfuckers defended him. Some of the black writers defended him, saying the N-word. Oh man, he's just cool. It's like he's one of us. They treated him like he was Eminem. But see, we don't want to have that conversation. That part of the reason why he got away with that shit was not just the fact that he was cool with Vince. The niggas in the locker room allowed it. I remember hearing the story of Thunderbolt Patterson walking in with Arn Anderson. Excuse me, I keep saying Arn, my bad. Arn, never been racist. Odie Anderson talking shit, saying the nigga word. Thunderbolt Patterson laughing with him. It was funny when I heard the story with the Undertaker. Yeah. I'm going to tell you the reason why Hogan was the way he was. See, not only did he see and try to be like Billy Graham, he also saw what happened to Billy Graham when he lost that belt. He didn't want that to be him. He didn't want to lose that spot. That's why he fucked over wrestlers. He fucked over his best friend, Vince Ventura, because he wanted to be loyal to Vince. Because Vince made him a star, something that he always wanted to be. He was being a rock band, a bass. Man, Hogan was a fucked up person, but like I said, when it comes to what he meant to pro wrestling, let's not underscore that. Just as much as y'all, I know y'all gonna say, it's not the same, Bob. Not technically it is. It's just one fuck with children, the other one. R. Kelly. R. Kelly, one of the greatest singers, songwriters ever, but he was a pedophile. It's two sides of every coin, people. So the only thing I disagree with is people dancing on his grave. I don't agree with that. But it does people within their right have the right to criticize him in death? Because a lot of people saying, well, a lot of people didn't say he didn't see all this when he was alive. The hell? and Rappaport said he didn't know about Hogan fucking his best friend's wife, Hogan doing this and Hogan doing that. How the fuck you didn't know and you're in Hollywood? I knew about all this shit. So let me make this clear, people. I told anybody this, even before Hogan said the N-word. Hogan was always in my top 5. He was one of my top 3 of all time. I like. But this ain't my wrestling podcast. This is another conversation for another day. So check out, speaking about wrestling, check out my pro wrestling podcast known as Pro Wrestling Smoke, please. I drops it every Monday. And this coming Monday, I will be reviewing SummerSlam both nights. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to talk some Ashe pro wrestling and see what they got going on over there, what have you, and discuss and somewhat break down that females 4-way, people, so y'all get an understanding of that. So check me out, Pro Wrestling Smoke, where you get that smoke about pro wrestling that nobody else gonna give you but me. Now, speaking about dancing on people's graves, not necessarily graves because he's not dead. Dr. Fubar. Dr. Fubar. Now, I'm not going to waste my time playing his video. Apparently, and I haven't really talked about what's been going on with him. Y'all know how I feel about Dr. Fubar. I keep saying this, y'all. We're becoming dumber as a nation. And it's because of social media. Because of social media. Y'all think anybody with an African name and doctor is someone to listen to. I still to this day do not understand who it was the dumb ass lame motherfucker that booked this nigga to speak at anything. I mean, we sit here talking about Dr. Shine Bryant credentials. What credentials did this motherfucker got? But apparently, his account got froze. And he said it's because of someone tried to get into the account. And then he was begging people to send him, money, Cash App, or what have you. Which, believe it or not, there was some dumbass motherfuckers that have done that. And then shouts out to Lovely T. Which I already seen the videos or what have you of the lady that he talked about in question, who is gorgeous by, I may add. He talked about how she was fishy, she did, she that. And people, they ain't no school. I don't. They ain't no school. He's been grifting you for the damn longest. I've been saying this. He been grifting you guys. He been grifting you on the donations. He been grifting you motherfuckers on y'all booking him to come talk. He been grifting y'all to come on these shows like Breakfast Club. It's like, let's be realistic. If it was back in the 90s, he would have no traction because it's social media and people want to be led. I came from a generation that wanted to be leaders. Y'all come from a generation of motherfuckers want to be led. Y'all worship these motherfuckers like they gods out this bitch and then look surprised when they do humanly bullshit. Same thing with Charles White. I can name a bunch of them. Y'all give these fuckers a platform for straight coonery and buffoonery. I agree with someone, Dr. Umar should be a comedian. That was shit. In another dimension, that's probably what he is and probably one of the top comedians out there. But for him to be a spokesperson for Black America, Pan-Africanism, the fuck? It's like, Machiavelli, it's funny as fuck. The more after I read that shit, the more I heard that shit, the more I said, you know something? God damn it. How the fuck this Italian motherfucker knew what the future gonna look like? Because y'all listen to any fool. See, I'd rather listen to an honest fool than a fool that don't understand they're a fool. See, now I get why Trump became president. The same people that voted him in, the same people that listen to dumbass Dr. Umar. So, supposedly Dr. Umar had this girl supposedly close to his personal belongings, taking care of his mama, supposedly. He called her throat goat. So apparently they fucked or whatever. They supposedly fucked. I remember what he said, I think something is wrong with him. You goddamn right. And people listen to this dumb nigga. Because, like I said again, you want to know why y'all listen? The same reason why y'all listen to the preacher. These people understand how to speak to the masses, and the way they speak, their cadence, their tone, all that makes you take them seriously. It's no different than your parents. You know when your dad is playing and when that motherfucker ain't. You know when your mama is playing and when she ain't. Why you think he repeat things 3 times to make it stick in your head and your ear? And African name and doctor. He must know something. He must know something. He must know something. He must be smart. He must be intelligent. Y'all are sheep looking for a shepherd. The word is filled with false prophets, but y'all think false prophets mean religion. No. It also means ideology. It also means movement. See, it's funny that the man that speaks about bringing black businesses or bringing money to the black community can't even bring education in school to the black community. But y'all keep giving this man a platform. So and let me tell you the reason why his money been frozen. Because it might have been the FBI and IRS froze his ass. Your shit don't get froze. Your bank account and your business account. If you are actually smart, you have that completely separate in 2 different banks. And on top of that, they're not going to be able to freeze your personal account if it's a business situation. That the whole purpose of having an LLC. So if someone gets sued, they're suing the business and not the person. Look it up, Google it. Since y'all Google every fucking thing. I know this because I actually read a book and I was in school that taught me this. See, that's the difference. So I know this got something to do with IRS shit. His shit got frozen because he ain't been paying them taxes. Donations. Even GoFundMe send you a W-9, motherfuckers. Them donations is taxable. See, that's why it's funny that I'll never forget the dude that started a football school. I didn't see motherfuckers start a school when it comes to having football. And this nigga came and started school. And he been getting money for all this time. And then all of a sudden, the money gone, the money's frozen. The only reason why his shit is frozen because there's some fraudulent shit going on and it ain't got shit to do with that woman. It has everything to do with Dr. Umar. Fucked up beyond all recognition. So, there. Just because I'm amazed at the stupidity and level of stupidity in this. So, now, I saw the conservatives wanted to talk shit about the mob that beat up the white dude in Cincinnati. And it's funny how, see, the gift of this era is everybody records. I totally agree with the white lady, with the police sergeant. Y'all got your phone out. Why ain't nobody calling 911? Well, one, because the Russian dude probably was saying the N-word a whole lot, and he slapped one of the black guys. Which we start to see that video. So, of course, all conservative, including black conservatives, And J.D. Vance, oh God, I can't believe that this mob beat the shit out of this white man, and they should be charged with a hate crime. If I hit a black man, I'll be charged with a hate crime. A black man hit me, yeah, and say I would deserve it. Okay, first of all, if a black man hits a white man, he's gonna catch much hell. I don't know why these conservatives try to play that goddamn shit. I don't know why they try to, especially the black ones. Like, you know damn good well. Stop. Can we have a real conversation? If a black man hit a white man first, unprovoked, they might get the same time, but the way they get grabbed, totally different. I just find it funny that they love doing that. But anyway, bottom line, the reason why no one hardly called, you can't come over here to Russia and from Russia and say racial slurs to black folk in downtown Cincinnati, and then had the gall to put your hand on one of them, and you didn't think you were going to wear ass whooping, you and your wife. Now, honestly, I wish cooler heads would have prevailed, but you fucked around, you found out. See, the problem is that the right want to condemn black folks so bad because right now that is the quote unquote narrative that they want to present to their base. See, it's funny because once again, Lovely T, I don't know where the hell she can find her shit. This white lady was breaking down something on TikTok, and she broke down why the MAGA base, which is the poor whites, support MAGA. They don't support MAGA because they think MAGA is going to help them. They support MAGA because they know MAGA ain't going to help us. Them policies going to, it like this, they cutting their nose to spite their face. Meaning, I can't get ahead. I damn sure want y'all to help them get ahead. So if I got to suffer for them not to get ahead, I eat the bullet. And she's right about that. And I was like, well, damn. Once again, what did I say? We don't vote to our tax bracket. It's about rich and poor. It's not about black and white. But see, the problem is that these white folk, because they've been told for so many generations and so many years and in so many ways that they're the chosen. They are the dominant species. They are so forth and so forth, that they believed it. They wanted to make sure that immigrants didn't come across the border or to get rid of the immigrants, but the immigrants, the ones that work for y'all, that actually got farms. The immigrants working as housekeepers and so forth. So I don't think the dude, well, I understand the girl, and by the way, I heard a white dude knocked out the white lady. So, and let me explain something to you, like I said again. And here's the other part of this. They'll let you know what Russians think about black folk. Because this is what they said. He was from Russia. You got to have balls to come from another country, to come into someone else's country, say some derogatory to them and put your hands on them. But the only way you would feel that comfortable doing so is if your country feels that way about black folk. Smoke that over. Yeah. That's a lot to take in, ain't it? That's a lot to take in. So, speaking about conservatives or what have you, first of all, shout out to Roy Cooper. Roy Cooper's running for Senate here in North Carolina. To all the people listening in North Carolina, y'all know what y'all need to do. Start playing. Y'all see where this is heading in the next 2 years. Start playing. But anyway, the Epstein won't go away, huh? Ghislaine Maxwell. She, I've been hearing so much commentary about her. Someone asked the question, can she be trusted? I saw in the news that they said she's asking for immunity and certain provisions and everything, right? Now, I heard everybody break down why this is still here, and Trump can't shake it. Because here's the thought process. Even when Trump said one of the reasons why he parted ways with Epstein kept stealing, I guess, people that he worked with from his spa. That's what he said. Here's the thing, right? Y'all said they understand the term was he was sex trafficking. In order to sex traffic, there has to be clients that you're sex trafficking to. If she's getting girls for Epstein and other people, I'm just saying, right? There were victims. Well, of Epstein. The question again is, you're going to come from the conspiracy lends to itself. So when you sat here and came out and said, well, there was nothing to see, you actually made the conspiracy stronger. And now add with a video that's missing 3 minutes. It's enough time to kill Mr. Epstein and get the fuck up out of Dodge. See, the problem is that Trump and them, it like put it this way. Trump, I'm not going to say it's something he's hiding. It's something he's avoiding. Now, the question is, what can Ghislaine Maxwell give now? Because I understand the guy that was his former lawyer, they say it's unusual for someone in that position. I think he's the assistant AG or whatever it is, to go talk to someone of that magnitude as a prisoner. And they ask, could she be trusted by anything that she says? She never snitched on anybody. No one talked about that. She never gave up any names of any kind. If she did, think about it. She didn't receive a plea deal. She was convicted by a jury of appeals, got practically life in prison. There was no deal made. There was no cooperation. She didn't give up anything. Why? Was it that, now mind you, her trial came after Jeffrey Epstein. Now, maybe because her trial came after Jeffrey Epstein, why she didn't have any leverage of any kind. But even before then, she could have probably made a deal to get out of this shit by snitching on Epstein. She never did. So, what is she not telling us? What is she not telling us? Is there a list that she actually got access to? Now, because think about this. Everything she has to tell them, it has to be corroborated and it has to be true for the immunity to hold. So that means if she lies at any time, she loses immunity. And they can re-prosecute her for shit. I'm just saying. So, even to the point that I find it interesting that now news is Trump thinking about pardoning Diddy. Interesting. You're looking to pardon Diddy. Y'all realize that normally they don't do any pardoning until the end of their term. No. He thinking about pardoning him today, soon, because ain't no way in hell they're gonna make that news. Ain't no way. Too many news outlets are saying that. And whenever he say, I haven't thought about it. Y'all ain't noticing when he say that he actually ends up doing it about like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, because he was thinking about it. It'd be a big distraction. Puff Daddy gets pardoned. Oh, which makes him think that it's gonna make the black people want to vote for Republican because I done let loose one of your boys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna do the Harlem Shuffle now. Y'all gonna do y'all little nigga dance, the Harlem Shuffle. You can forget about Epstein. He brings up Obama. He brings up all these people because it must be something that he's worried that Ghislaine Maxwell knows. But then again, I keep saying this. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? He's in the seat now. It's funny because I see the other news outlets, they try to talk about the polls and immigration and so forth, right? Hold on, give me 1 sec. The way them shades be looking, man. God, they be looking like it's about to rain out there. But like I said before, it's because Trump, they know that. It's funny, MAGA voted for him because they know he gonna do for the rich, but he ain't gonna do shit for Negroes. But even back to my point, why did he? There's some people you could actually commute a sentence, do this, do that. No, did he? I heard he did. Of course, they released the Malcolm X files, which really wasn't much there, and actually, it's not much fair. You know what I'm saying? Vanity fair. You feel me? But like I said, MAGA cares about that. I told y'all why they care so much about Epstein. 2 buzzwords: rich, pedophile. Rich and pedophile. So he'll release a Diddy. I'm like, should he pardon Diddy? Oh man, it's like, you know what's funny? He's gonna end up doing it. He's gonna pardon Diddy. I'm not even gonna do the should he pardon Diddy or shouldn't he? No, I just got a stinking suspicion that he's going to pardon Diddy. He's going to pardon Diddy. Yep. Yep. Because he feels that it might help him I'm doing some bullshit, so give me a sec. It's not going to help him win the election, but it might give his approval rating up and a good distraction. So there you go. Well, oh my goodness, that seems funny. I talk more politics when this fucker is in office than I did when Biden was in office. I just find that just hilarious. So what else is happening in the world as we speak? Something that I was looking at. I think I pretty much hit what I need to freaking hit. Trying to see what else is there to talk about. Even though it's good for 2 minutes. Now I don't know what else to necessarily discuss for this week. You know. I know what it was. It was a conversation I saw on the podcast. And it was, I think Manny B was them and it was Ish some other dude. And the whole point was, should the patriarchy go away or whatever it was. Now, and the way, it's funny how y'all YouTubers podcasts try to find so many different ways to have a relationship discussion because I do understand patriarchy ain't got shit to do with relationships, right? I mean, honestly, it has nothing to do with relationships or marriage. That has more to do with world order. That has more to do with government, even to a certain extent, business, and so forth. You know, period. A patriarchal society, meaning that men dominate the decision-making of that society. That is what patriarchy is supposed to mean. I don't feel like trying to get you the actual definition. If you want to be technical about it, porn when it comes to talent is a matriarchy. Because women make the most money in this shit. But this is what I kind of, Gab, it's something that I thought about. All right. The problem is that we make a relationship too I-oriented and not a we. And that's the problem. When we sit here and talk about let's say, relationship roles, because it was about. And they were talking about, Manny was like, well, no, I live in Atlanta, I got a gun. We were talking about if they hear the intruder and who's going to go check on it. That was basically just the conversation. If you have a man in the motherfucking house, yes, y'all women going to have our ass go down there first. It's by nature, damn near by law, the way y'all been taught, the way y'all was put, or what have you. You feel me? And the reason why I say that, damn, I lost my train of thought. I'm sitting there doing two things at once. You know something? Fuck this shit that I'm doing on this tab. Because I had to deal with that tomorrow. I ain't going to feel like doing all them damn tasks. That's a conversation. I'm going to talk to y'all about this bullshit that I'm doing here on this damn Telegram shit. Because I figure it ain't nothing but a waste of me losing time, not necessarily money. But to make money. But back to my point. My parents, my grandparents, it wasn't about who was the head of the household. It was about having a household. And let me explain the difference. It wasn't about who made the decisions in the house, because each of them made decisions. How is it that you're going to sit and say head of household when the husband, if he go get a motorcycle and you argue with him why you didn't consult me? Vice versa. If the woman spends money and you get mad and say, why you didn't consult me? So that means y'all want to be one, right? So then there ain't a head of household. Seems like the Sith, right? Jedi had a council, so there was no one. Now they had a head of council. You get what I'm saying? But they had a group of people make a decision. The Sith had the rule of two. A master and apprentice. So guess who made the decision? One. That's the head of household. Because you want to know the difference? He made the final decision. The head of the council doesn't make the final decision. They need the whole council for that decision to go down. He can just hold more, his word hold more weight. When you have a council, you need everybody to vote. You understand what I'm saying? See, that's the difference. So if y'all supposed to be in a relationship, y'all supposed to be married and all this good shit, and I'm not a relationship coach. This is just my thoughts, my observation. Then there's no head of household and y'all both working together. And if y'all both working together, then it doesn't matter who makes more money and who makes the most and who makes the least. It doesn't matter. Y'all money is together. But y'all want to have that ideology. The reason why the woman stayed in the house a lot of times, because she was watching the kids. But if you don't think that wifey didn't get out there and go hunt with daddy sometime when the kids got old enough, think again. Don't think that she didn't get out there and go hunt with her husband before the kids got there. See, the problem is that we allow social media and the fools to tell us that it's supposed to be this way, when in reality, it was not. The woman and the man equally had a hand in the household. You want to know why y'all think the man is the king of the castle? Because a book that is young as shit that y'all call the King James Version of the Bible told you so. See, what y'all need to understand is that a relationship, being with somebody, means that y'all together. Whether it's girlfriend, boyfriend, whether it's husband and wife, y'all together. Y'all technically is one. And actually, when it comes to a relationship, I don't understand what's the conversation about who makes the most money. Y'all in a goddamn relationship. Y'all ain't married. No bullshit. You're not married. You feel me? Y'all not married. So y'all technically don't have to share incomes. Some of y'all don't even live together. But you get what I'm saying? I want you to think about that for a second. We sit here and argue about a relationship, 3 months, 3 years, what have you. Marriage is a different conversation. We don't live together, but I'm supposed to be worried about if you make more money than me. We don't live together, but she supposed to worry about if he don't, if he gonna make enough money to take care of me. And I keep saying this, relationships not only change, but situations within relationships change. I keep saying this. I always hear the term, how do a man show up for a woman who makes all the money? Okay, then what happens when it switch and he starts making more money than her? How's she supposed to show up? Actually, how's she supposed to show up for him and she makes the money? No, they're supposed to show up for each other. But see, the problem is, it's more money in man versus woman than, yeah, y'all should be together. My mom and daddy, they worried about the bills together. We want to know why? Because if you live with him and y'all income are tied together, if he's homeless, you homeless. See, what happened is y'all live vicariously through all these motherfucking bullhorn motherfuckers, red pill niggas, boss chicks, YouTube influencers, and all that, instead of using your own discernment about your situation, because your situation ain't theirs. Just like when they were talking, when Gucci Mane's wife talked about what she do for him. Yeah, it's Gucci Mane's wife. She ain't got to worry about working a 9 to 5 in her goddamn life. That motherfucker make millions. Once again, just like y'all vote, is how y'all think. Y'all don't think y'all tax bracket. Y'all don't think your tax bracket. Nope. Don't even do it. Don't do your tax bracket. No, don't do your tax bracket. See, that's the difference. You have to, people have to understand that. People have to understand that in order for a relationship to work, y'all minds have to be as one. And y'all have to be connected and willing and open-minded to listen to each other and make it comfortable that each of you can come to each other and actually talk and be honest and truthful. The problem is that nobody wants to be truthful, not only to their wife or their husband, but to their damn self. Y'all still live reside with somebody that you lay to bed with every night. Let's talk about it. I sat there and I listened to what Paul Pierce was saying on his show. And he was talking to his co-host, who was gorgeous. And it's funny now, because when you hear certain things, because he was talking about his homeboy, who said if it wasn't for his side chick, he would have divorced his wife a long time ago. And he looked at her and said, is that true? Now, before that, of course, he was talking about how a dude ain't had sex. He's like, a dude that ain't had sex with his woman in 5 months. Sure, no, I never had that happen. I'm too hypersexual. That. Okay. I mean, I do it too, but because I know I do it too, boo, you ain't got to impress nobody. We know you gorgeous. I can smell through the TV that you hypersexual. You probably taking in the ass and everything. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's sexy, babe. That's beautiful. Live your truth. And I'm glad you spoke your truth on that. But him saying that proves my fucking point. The biggest truth is that most of us men want to be, if not all of us men, want to be in a non-traditional monogamous marriage or relationship, meaning that I'm with her, but I can get me some pussy. But see, like I said, because of the way we're wired as men, she can't. Because some of you motherfuckers just got that mind state that she can't. Now, there's only a few of us that's like, yo, why don't we both? And see, the problem is that the guys that cheat, they don't want to admit to their woman that I want to fuck other women. But that don't mean I don't love you and don't want to have sex with you. I'm like, babe, I'm a sexual being. I want to fuck. This and that. It's not that I don't want to be single. But see, the problem is because us as men, we don't know how to communicate, and we're too fucking crass with our communication. She might could understand where you're coming from, especially if she don't feel like fucking. But sometimes they don't feel like fucking you, ain't got shit to do if they don't find you attractive anymore. Might be pissed at you. They might be tired. They dealing with kids, this, that, and the third. And you a horny bastard all day. Or it could be she can't open up to you about her sexuality and the type of sex that she gets turned on by and what turns her on. Now, let me tell you when we open up as black folk, when we having an argument. Now, let me tell you when, not even black folk, vanilla couples, y'all open up when y'all have an argument. When y'all mad at each other, that's when the most truth come out. When y'all cuss each other out, that's when the truth come out. I'm mad because you ain't giving me enough pussy. I'm mad because you're not giving me enough help in the house, and you ain't being sensitive to my plight and what I deal with. Just a talk. And see, what's crazy is, yeah, some of y'all need therapists, but I'm not knocking when they go to therapy, but what therapy can't tell you that you can't, if you know what therapy does, it allows y'all to be honest with a buffer. That's what therapy is. Couple therapy, actually. Because y'all don't know how to be honest with each other, so y'all had to come to sexual therapists relationship coach, what have you, to be able to be truthful. And that's the biggest key with that. Because no one wants to be honest because they're afraid that if they be honest, she can't handle it. And no, you can't control how a person reacts. You can't control how they take it. I get that. Trust me, I've been in them arguments enough time in my life. But that's something you have to understand. But also, you have to give them time to take it in. See? Because y'all can look it up, and I want someone to tell me otherwise. Swinging couples, marriages that ended up going into swinging, for the most part, don't divorce often. There's divorce in every type. Hell, they're divorcing got them same-sex marriages. They stop playing. But it's less divorce. And the question is, why? And it ain't because she's able to fuck other dudes or this, that, and the third. No. It's because they actually can be way more honest to each other than y'all can. Because they're one. True love is me being able to be honest with you even when it hurts. That's how I know I love you. I know people say, if I lie, that means I love her. No, you do love her. But you don't truly love her. So, I'm done. I'm out. See y'all next week. Please remember there's a scripture to the place where the conversation gets saucier. Tits come out, dildos might pop out. You don't know what might pop off unless you subscribe. You can also follow over there, all my loyal fans, Premium Smoke Room. 4 podcasts, plus about the VIP Smoke Room. I even opened it up live on X. And I got my, Triple X stuff over there. As well as Spotify, I got my members section over there where I had the smoke on it, as well as Savage Smoke. Y'all know what that is, where I talk to the fellas. Because everybody will talk to the women, but no one will talk to the dudes. I do. So go check it where we give you that smoke from a male perspective. So whether it's a Premium Smoke Room, whether it's you had the smoke on it, or you want to check out that Savage Smoke to see what how the fellas feels about these women and about this game. Either way, subscribe to the smoke, man. So with that being said, life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Till next week. Actually, next Thursday.